All right, welcome back, everybody. We're here with Colorado's best attorney. This is Phil Harding in this sponsored segment. I'm going to brag about him for a quick sec here. He's known as Colorado's best attorney. He's been honored as one of the top 100 trial lawyers in Colorado for the past 14 years. A super lawyer, 10 years in a row, and he's a member of the Million and Multi-Million Dollar Advocates Forum, which means he's tried cases that have resulted in verdicts of more than $1 million. And the list goes on and on. Phil, we love having you in studio. You give us great insights when it comes to law, attorneys. Now, if you guys have been in an accident recently, found yourself in that predicament, we're talking about what to look for when hiring an attorney. Am I right on that?
Yeah, so it's a long weekend. There are going to be car accidents. If an attorney shows up, or if you get a phone call from one, or a private investigator showing up at the accident scene, handing you a card on, this is what you should do after the accident, and there's a card in there, did you know it's unethical for an attorney to do that?
It is.
It is. It absolutely is.
Okay.
And I'm just telling you, this week seemed to be the week for people calling me and wanting me to take over their cases. And when they do that, I tell them, I'm happy to do that, but I'm going to call the other attorney first and see if they'll give you a little TLC. What do you think the #1 complaint is about attorneys, why they want to jump ship?
Why they want to jump ship?
And go to another attorney.
Maybe because they want money up front? Is that
well,
one of them?
There are lien companies that do that, but it's because the attorney doesn't return their phone calls.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah, and they get so tired of waiting.
It seems very simplistic, right?
Yeah.
First thing you do, pick up the phone. You want some business. You want to help people.
Yeah. Look, if you've been in an accident and if someone's calling you, there's actually a rule of professional conduct. And let's look what that is and talk about it. So you see this RPC stands for Rule of Professional Conduct. And it says a lawyer shall not solicit professional employment from a prospective client to be in the need of legal services arising from the wrongful death of someone or personal injury unless one of two things. #1, they have a previous relationship or a family relationship, or #2, it's more than 30 days afterwards. So if someone's showing up, it's totally unethical. Look, if you are going, it's shopping, right? It's absolutely shopping, and this is important shopping. When you go to Best Buy and you look up, you know, what's the best TV? You look at all the different ones. So
100%.
let's talk about...
You scale the market.
Yeah, let's talk about shopping for an attorney.
Okay, let's do it.
I want you to interview at least 3. And this is what you do. First of all, you ask
get out of
them,
the way here.
do they practice in this area of the law, right? So you don't want to go to your divorce attorney to do a personal injury. How many cases like yours, right? If it's a car accident, if you're hurt on the property of another, not only have they handled in the past, but if they're handling right now. So if this one attorney's handling more than like 50 cases on their own, I think that's too many. Also, super important, ask them who you will be dealing with in their office. Because a lot of times you're going to start off and you're going to meet with the attorney, and then you're farmed off to the paralegal or to a case administrator, and you never talk to the attorney. I don't like that. How long do you need to wait to get a return phone call? Next, does their office, if they don't adhere to their promises, like I'm going to return your call within a day, can you fire them? The answer is absolutely yes. An attorney owes a client a fiduciary duty. You ever heard of the word fiduciary?
I have, yeah.
And it means they have to solely act for their best interest. And then here's another big thing. Do you have to pay for cost at the beginning?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's
and
my thought.
If you're in an accident, you normally don't have money to pay for it. So, and it also shows that the attorney maybe doesn't love your case. So generally, I mean, you need to go to an attorney, and there are 2 ways to hire them. #1 is hourly, and you get to choose if you want to do hourly versus contingency fee. And I've been doing this for 33 years. I've maybe had 10 people do hourly.
Yeah.
So it's really rare. But if they do contingency fee, make sure that you don't have to pay for the cost, like for a private investigator or experts. Because if they're saying that, I don't think that they like your case too much.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And is that when you know to jump ship? I mean, all of these things, you should be taking note right now.
Yeah, you should do this. We can send you this graphic, but you need to absolutely shop around. And look, every attorney handles a case differently.
Sure.
So everyone has a different vibe. Talk to them, get someone that you can communicate well with. I think that's the best because they are selling your story. And if you can't communicate with them, they can't sell your story.
If they're not picking up the phone immediately, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Hey, you've had 33 years doing this. We just listed off all of your accolades. Phil's the one to call. You also post these to YouTube, so if you want to rewatch this, or you can go to our website, that's kwgn.com. Thanks for coming in, Phil.
Thank you.
Have a good Memorial Day weekend.
You too.
All right, we're going to give you some more information right now. To reach Harding & Associates, call them directly, 303-762-9500, as seen on your screen. You can also get a free consultation at any time. You can find Phil online at hlaw.com. We want to say thanks again to Phil for coming on in here and sponsoring that segment.